If you feel unmotivated or like you keep sabotaging yourself, the same obstacles keep getting in your way, it's not because you're broken, it's not because there's something wrong with you, it's because of old patterns that continue to show up for you. Old patterns like perfectionism. Perfectionism is really nothing but a protective device, because if you don't get started, then you can't fail, and if you don't fail, then you can't feel pain. Perfectionism makes sure that you research 100 books before you write that one book. It makes sure that you look at every single possible exercise diet and every gym and every workout program before you even get started. But you learn from trying. You learn what works and what doesn't work. What doesn't work is not a rejection. It's not a failure. It's information. And perfectionism is just one of the many things that can get in your way. There's also the inner critic. That critic that's been so loud and vocal, and everybody knows that inner critic. You know what I'm talking about, telling you you're not good enough, telling you you're dumb. And it doesn't always talk. It just talks at the most inopportune moments. The moment that you actually finally have the energy to do that thing you want. Who are you kidding? Really? You're going to go to the gym right now? You know you're going to quit tomorrow. That is a voice in your head. That is not real. Another one, and this is a big one, is fear. Sometimes we don't fear failing. We fear succeeding. We're afraid to even begin, because what would happen if we actually succeed? How would our life change? Anytime that you're making a big change in your life, the old part of you is dying. And we grieve that, even if it's a part we don't like. How many times have you been in a relationship that wasn't working out? And the thought of being out of that relationship or ending it was painful to you. Because by ending that relationship, all of your daily routines have to change as well. And that's very painful to us as humans. But you have to be okay with change, because if you're not okay with change, you can't move forward and you're going to remain stuck in a life that you're not really happy with. There's an old story that I tell clients all the time about this farmer who had a dog, and the dog was howling all day long, howling and howling and howling. And the neighbor finally had enough and came over and said, "Farmer, what's going on with your dog? Why is he howling all day?" And he goes, "Oh, that dog, he's just sitting on a rusty nail." And the guy goes, "He's sitting on a rusty nail. Why doesn't he get up?" He goes, "When he gets tired of that rusty nail, he'll get up." And that's the way it is with a lot of us. We won't actually take action until the pain is so intense that we can no longer sit on that rusty nail. But don't wait until that point. If you're on the rusty nail to begin with, even if it's a little bit of pain, anything is worth the change. Take a chance, try a new path, because you never know how it's going to turn out. And stop living your life in safety. You have to be uncomfortable to realize new goals, to realize new paths, new experiences. You have to keep yourself interested and excited to move forward in your life. So how do you stop people pleasing and stop trying to be so perfect and get rid of that critic that's telling you can't do it? It's simple. You do it by taking action. The more action you take, the more success you'll have, and the quieter all of that stuff gets. Perfection was a problem for me for a long time. But once I started taking relentless action, perfection just evaporated. And it's the same thing with the inner critic. The inner critic can only talk for so long. Once you start having success in what you're doing, the inner critic's voice no longer matters. So get used to being uncomfortable and take action and go for what it is that you want. Don't become an 80-year-old person with regrets. I want you to look back at your life as a film that you're writing right now. You don't want to write a film that you're bored with, that you're watching and showing people and going, "Yeah, I only really have 1 or 2 stories." No, have your adventures, have your stories, meet your love, get into the shape you want to get into, write that book, do that podcast, live your life, not because you're trying to achieve something, but because experiencing life is worth it. So I hope you liked this video, and if you did, subscribe. I offer videos like this all the time.